So I've come down to do some investigating. The big wet's coming up again, and need to make sure I do what I can to stay on the hill. You can sort of see the slip here, 2 meter drop, and then all the way down. Lucky I had this mulberry tree here, otherwise would have been damned. See this slope down here leads straight to the mulberry. That's why it's doing so well, getting all the runoff nutrients. So I've tried to dig just a little diversion drain to go down there instead of down there. I obviously can't beat gravity, so I need to spread it a little bit further across the slope. Here's my septic overflow. I've also dug a diversion drain to go down into the swales. It currently goes down that way. So I dug this little drain this way, and a second drain down here. Clean up crew. What are you doing, Henrietta? Last OG, one of 3 originals. I originally got 2 silkies and a Harline Brown, Rosie, Winnie and Henrietta. And the run to the litter is still alive. So much for survival of the fittest being big and strong. And of course, can't forget Cindy. 4 years later, Cindy and Buttercup. Unfortunately, Buttercup took one for the team and was the early warning sign that I had a snake in my Garden of Eden back at Platypus. God love her. It's funny how feathered friends become feathered family. If anyone's considering chickens for their backyard and you live in suburbia, I'll definitely recommend bantams, which are all small breeds of chickens. They are less destructive. And silkies particular barely scratch and make holes. However, if you don't know your chickens, and without being too discriminatory, they are the blondes of the chicken world. It's open to interpretation, depends on your perception. I just said that to get your attention. Let alone a white chicken. Stands out like well, not a needle in a haystack, a grain of rice on broccoli. Alrighty, 3 little diversion drains dug. As for the crack at the top of my hill, above the house, I've got to somehow do something with this gully of a crack that opened up, the one that I can fist all the way down. So I can't really fill it in. So I'm using the sledgehammer to compact it and utilize it as a river system, and hopefully won't go further into the crack. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Oh, I can feel the whole ground shake under my feet when I do that. Not good. Find someone else. Quite interesting. So the old scump is here and the crack comes sort of right through it and stops and then reopens above and keeps going. Might be a old saviour. Oh boy, it's huge. That's the bottom bit. I haven't gone further past the poly, and then the one that I was just doing is just up here and goes all the way up to the top. Here it goes. Far out, man. Can't even see the bottom down there. So slashing my hill with this crack. Original hat. And Mum did buy me another one, but when I was doing this header tank business, the wind took it. Look what I just found. Kind of like this one though. It's very farm. Fruitcake. Want to see the crack? Oh boy. Starts there. I hope. 1, 2. And of course, the one I was doing earlier. It's about 50 meters of crack. One way to get farm fit. What did you do today, Rob? I don't know, about 2,000 reps of sledgehammer and about 500 reps of mattock. Oh, how much do you sledge? The crack goes from there, up there, across, up there, stops, starts, up here, and goes all the way to there. Happy days! Oh, what a day. But, not over yet. Still got to sort out dinner. Oh boy. Vietnamese mint. Coriander. Carrot. I want maybe I use the Fruitarian card. So this carrot, yes, this carrot has been butchered. What do they say in Buddhism? Never harvest something where you have to kill the whole plant, hey? Alright, I'll give it a go. Thanks, buddy.